Maybe. Oh, there we are. Hey, what's going on? This is Ricardo, the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we are about to get started with a version of Open Mic Live, I guess. I don't know. It's 4 p.m. We usually do this at 9, but we're testing here. So we're going to hit a countdown, and we will jump right in. And we're back. I almost choked.
Great start.
I know.
Great start.
Yes. Very good start. I was trying to get a quick swig, and we were already at the end of the countdown, but here we are. And I'm with my good friend, Juliet. What up?
Hello.
I will say this. Right before we started, I asked Juliet, I said, so you want to help me test really quick? She's like, yeah, sure. Until she found out that we were actually going live. And she's like, oh no. Something like
It'll
that.
be fine. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, everything will
I
be fine.
have no idea what you're going to ask me, though. So who knows? Maybe it won't be.
Yeah, I know. Doom, doom. Yes. So we are currently live out in Portland, Maine. We are here this week for the Atlantic APCO conference. And tomorrow I'll be opening it up with I'm the keynote speaker here, and I'm out here in the vendor hall. Again, we're testing this just to make sure everything is working right. And then Juliet over here, you've got like 10 classes or something?
No, I speak 3 times.
That's right. So what are some of the things that you're going to be talking about?
So 2 of my presentations are on kindness.
Mm-hmm.
One is about leading with kindness, and one is about kind call taking and how to find little acts of kindness that you can do for callers throughout your shift. And then my 3rd class is new, and it's with Fire Chief Goldman.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about diversity, equity, inclusion, and different LGBTQ topics and acceptance.
Nice. Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Are you excited or are you nervous?
I'm excited. I feel like I finally got to the point, public speaking, where it doesn't feel like dread every time.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah. No. So I'm excited. It'll be good.
Awesome. Well, you and my friend Keely showed up earlier today. You had just gotten her at the airport, came and got me, and then we went walking around, and we went down to this coffee shop. What was it called again? It was just called Buzz, right?
Buzz Coffee?
Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was small, but that added to the coolness of it. So we were there. I had I think it was a sit-up bun latte, which was phenomenal. It was really good. What did you have? She's like, I don't know.
No, everybody thinks that I'm crazy because I always just get cold brew black.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got large cold brew black coffee.
Dude, that's pretty hardcore. I mean, I'm down with it. Like whenever I get just a straight up cup of coffee, it's straight up. It's black. That's it.
Yeah.
I take that cup of coffee and I dig it as well. Sometimes when it's just like way too sugary and stuff, I'm like dying later on.
Yeah. No, I just drink iced black coffee all the time, and people think I'm weird for it, but
yeah, well, she had like a 32 ounce. I mean, well, not really.
It was actually my 3rd coffee of the day.
Dude.
Well, I got up at 4:30 to drive here. So I've been up for 12 hours already.
Okay, well then, yeah, she needed the caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, that was like a 16 ounce though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, I applaud you then, because I wouldn't have been able to handle it. I would have been dying. I also would have been flying probably. So much caffeine. So this past week, I was out in Texas at the Bandera, Texas, at the Mayan Ranch, out there for the leadership event that Joe Serio of 360 Dispatcher puts on. It was a good time, as always. A lot of stuff going on there. I almost went horseback riding, but I didn't.
Why not?
I was already dressed for speaking, and all I could think was that I was gonna fall. That I was gonna fall right on my ass, and I would just have like mud all over what I was gonna be wearing for the class that I was gonna be teaching. So I ended up not. But next time, I am going to go, and I'm going to go a couple days before that, so that I don't have that issue. Also, I didn't get a chance to go up to do karaoke this time, but next time I'll have to do it.
I did karaoke last time and you missed it.
What song did you do?
I
She doesn't
don't even
remember.
remember, but it was horrible. It was horrible.
It was horrible?
Yeah.
Well, I wish I had video of it then. The last time I was out there, though, I did The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Dude, it was a lot of fun. So, okay, I will say this. The time prior to that, I did Tearing Up My Heart by NSYNC. Because I wanted to be funny.
Yeah.
And but when I left, I thought, man, I want to do a song. Like I want to practice a song so that I know it by heart, so that I can like actually get into it. And that's the one that I chose. So because I was singing it in the car, and my daughter said, "Dad, that's the one that you should do. You should do The Devil Went Down to Georgia." So I seriously was practicing it. Every time I was in the car, I would play it at least once, and I would sing through it. And then when I finally got it down, I did a singing badly in my car, and I had the cameras and everything going. And when I got back to the ranch, I did it, and it was so much fun.
I'm sad I missed it.
It was a good time. There was a dude there. I believe it was Zach. Zach was up there with me, and I said, I need someone to be up here to be like my demons and stuff. And he went up there. So when we got to that part, he was just like jamming out next to me, like doing a little hoedown and stuff. It was a lot of fun. But if you ever get a chance to go to the ranch, to go to that training event, make sure to check it out. You've been there before. You've taught there before, which is awesome. Yes, the one that I missed. Also, when I was there this past week, Joe made it very apparent that I was not there. He's like, so we missed Ricardo, but he was sick, and he's just kind of looking at me, and I was like, dude. And so he was joking about it and stuff, but it was hilarious. Like, it wasn't just the one time. It was like throughout the week when he would say, the last time we were here, that Ricardo wasn't here. I'm like, dude. But either way, for anyone who doesn't know about the ranch and the fact that you've been there as an attendee, but as well as a speaker, like, what would you say about it?
I would say that it's really different than any other training because you spend so much time with the people not in class. And that's where a lot of some of the most like groundbreaking conversations that people have are, off to the side after dinner or in between classes or riding horses together.
Right.
And you get that camaraderie as well that you don't get in classes that are just straight classroom throughout the week.
Exactly. There's a lot of stuff that goes on there. And really quick, before we continue with this, my homies out of Chihuahua, ¿Cómo están? Hola a todos. Met so many people when I was out there in Mexico, and this is my homie Carmen. What is going on? Just looking over here really quick. Let's see. Fuzz over here mentioned Death Wish coffee. Have you had Death Wish coffee yet?
I have not, but I hear it's really good.
It is really good and super strong, but I like it.
I
don't know why I said it that way.
I'll report back on that. I'll try some this week.
Like some villain or something. Make sure to try your.
Well, it's because you were villain laughing before this.
This is true. Yes, I had my villain laugh going, and my bad.
He was all like, "Whoa!" Yes, like, what are you doing?
I don't even remember what it was about. Yeah, but okay. So
back to our regularly scheduled program.
Yes. So the ranch. The crazy thing is, so a lot of people have said, and maybe you can attest to this as well, because again, you've been there as an attendee and there as a speaker as well. a lot of people have said that what goes on that week is almost life altering, because like you go in, like a lot of people go in, and sometimes you have, you know, maybe some reservations, right? Especially because it's almost like school in a sense, when you're in a room with like people you don't know and you're like, what do I who do I talk to? Like I don't know who's
Mhm.
here and stuff. And like, do I share my gummy bears, make friends? Like but then when you start doing the meet and greet and everything, then sometimes you realize how similar you are, and that everyone is going through some of the same types of things. But then that bond almost immediately with some folks starts building up.
Mhm. Absolutely.
But
No, no. Well,
the question is about being life altering. Like maybe not for everyone it's life altering, but I just mean like changes and breaking out of your shell, so to speak, when um just you're talking with a bunch of people and you're getting a lot more stuff out. Basically, you're kind of
yeah,
facing yourself as well, almost your own demons,
absolutely.
but yourself. Sometimes we get in our own way. So there you go.
Yeah. So the first time when I went as I was the inaugural recipient of the fireworks scholarship
Hmm.
from I'm a Wonder Woman.
Hmm.
And that's how I ended up there in March of 2022. Right?
I
Yeah.
think so.
I
Yeah.
think yes. That I ended up really breaking out of my shell, and that's when I started public speaking, was after that, and after some of the connections and conversations that I made throughout that week ended up changing really the entire course of my career. And now in the last 2 years, I think by the end of the year I've spoken over 20 times in 2 years. Yeah. Yeah, pretty insane.
What?
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Pretty
I'm
insane.
proud of you. Well
Um,
done. That is awesome.
So it definitely really changed me in that way, as well as public speaking's giving me a lot more self-confidence. Um, I remember when I actually first started dispatching, my dad asked me how I was ever going to dispatch and answer 911 calls when I couldn't even order a pizza.
Thanks, Dad.
But the funny thing is, I still don't order pizza.
What?
I don't like to call them.
Okay, so this is good to know, because I was gonna say after this, can you call and order a pizza?
Yeah,
I
no,
wasn't. I'm just joking.
I won't.
But
I'll order it online.
well, I mean, okay,
Yeah. Um,
So I guess I have to ask, what's the holdup? Like, what is it? Just,
I don't know. It feels different, I think,
I'm just curious.
for ordering pizza.
Yeah,
It feels different taking a professional call than
Mhm.
taking a personal call.
That makes sense. I can
Yeah,
see
they're
that.
like two different things.
Yeah,
but-
my sister is she's the same way. Like we'll be over there in Florida and stuff. She's like, I'm not calling. Like I'm not going to be the one to do it. Plus, I'm face to face with people all day and everything. Like I get it. I'll be
Yeah.
the one. And my sisters usually will be like, you're the older brother anyway. You're the oldest. You go do it. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll do it. Sam jumped over here. So Sam, it looks like Sam is has joined and is watching. See if
Oh,
she jumps in
boy.
as well. Fuzz over here says dispatchers don't like dispatchers don't like phones out of work.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. That happens.
it's definitely a thing.
I dig it. So if you are interested, though, it is excuse me, it's joeserio.com. Just go to joeserio.com. That's SERIO. And was that Sam, Edward, Robert, Ida, Ocean? Boom. So I still got my phonetics. joeserio.com. And you'll find everything on there. All of the information. I think there's 2 open right now. It's September 2025 and November 2025. September is almost already full. And the reason is because they sell out pretty much a
Mhm.
year in advance. So make sure to go there, check it out, get some more information, and it will end up being a lot of fun. And you'll learn a lot as well.
It's even worth the bugs. There's bugs on the ranch, and some girls have really struggled with that this past time.
You got it. Okay.
And you know, it's a real ranch, so there are
Yeah.
bugs.
Yeah.
Fair warning.
Straight up
Yeah.
ranch. Yes. I again, I missed out. I didn't get to go last time. I wanted to go, and I was diagnosed a week or so before that with diverticulitis. A lot of pain, man. Was not good. I would not wish that pain on my worst enemy. And I was in Detroit. I was going to be flying out that next morning, and I couldn't do it. Like, I really tried to do it, and I let Joe know that I wasn't going to. He's like, take care of yourself first, man. I was like, all right, cool. And then I don't remember if it was Monday night or if it was Tuesday, but I get a snap from my good friend over here, and I'm pretty sure it was a cricket, right?
Yeah, there's a cricket infestation in all the rooms. I guess like because the temperature dropped so quickly,
Mhm.
and by dropped I mean down from like hundreds to 90s, not anything,
Yeah.
the crickets were coming out of the ground and into rooms or something like that. So
It was like Return of the Living Dead,
yeah,
cricket
there's
style.
just crickets everywhere.
It was funny because she's like, they're following me. They're on the ceiling, like they're all over the place. There were a couple that were still kind of around, and like someone was like, oh, what is it? They're like, it's just a cricket. Like, oh, okay. But
They are huge
Yeah.
crickets.
yeah, they are pretty big.
They're big.
Yeah,
ass
I mean, as they
crickets.
say in Texas, like everything is, bigger in Texas.
Even the bugs.
Yes. Sam over here in the comments says, bro, don't call me out. I'm just spectating innocently and quietly. Missing my two faves. And by the way, y'all not allowed to have too much fun with me absent. We miss you. We miss you. And Camaro jumping in says, hey guys, hello. And then Sam continues by saying, I'm trying to get to the ranch, by the way. Fingers tightly crossed, tighter than my braids.
Samantha.
Oh, that was great. Thank you. That was funny. Speaking of funny,
Oh God.
we're gonna jump right in. So we were sitting here talking before we started testing, and I said, so I don't even know what we're gonna talk about. Like, I'm sure there's some stuff that'll come up. So then I just started Googling like podcast questions, like funny ones, and well, that was the look that she ended up getting on her face. She's like, oh, I don't even know what you're going to ask me. And no, you don't know what I'm going to ask you. But it's not anything too, yeah. Okay,
Oh gosh.
let's see.
Here we go.
So here's this first one. If you,
You can't even ask it. What kind of questions are these?
because I'm already thinking, okay, no, I'm just gonna ask it. Here we go.
Okay.
And this is for any of you who are also watching and listening as well. Okay, please answer this. If you were a kitchen appliance or an office supply, which one would you be and why? That's yeah.
So I would have to say
I'm gonna put this in the comments as well.
I don't even know if I were an office supply.
Yeah. If you were an appliance or an office supply, one of the two, what would you be and why?
All right, I guess I'm gonna have to go with a stapler.
Okay, this is what's crazy. The reason I was laughing about this is because for whatever reason, I pictured like your eyes and your nose and your mouth on the side of like as a stapler. That is crazy and creepy. Like, get out of my head.
Telepathy.
I know. Like, what? So a stapler. Okay, why?
I don't know.
That is a
Because
great answer. Like,
I don't know. I just feel like I can picture like sticking stuff together like staplers do.
like the satisfaction of it. You're like, yeah, did
Yeah,
it. Okay,
like
bring me the
staplers
next thing.
No, like the satisfaction of stapling things. I will say also, on a more serious note, one of my first jobs out of high school, I did upholstery for a bit. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, with my
There's
dad.
there's a connection there.
Yeah,
All right.
he's an upholsterer.
What? So, I mean, you'd be you'd be a stapler like this big,
Yeah,
and
it'd be pink and sparkly.
nice.
Yeah,
And you'd be able your
just be like,
face would be on there all super small, and be like, "Bring me the next one," and just.
I feel like Sam would get a lot of satisfaction out of just being like, "Pah." Sam's probably like, "Thanks, Juliet. Thank you."
So okay, let me get this straight. So you would be, let's just say you're in her office,
Okay.
and you're like, "Hey, Sam, do you have anything to staple?" Yeah, and she'd go over there and slam you down.
She probably thinks I'm insane.
I mean, that's pretty hilarious. Like, I can picture all of it right now, and all right, I dig it.
Yeah.
I have.
Oh God, she replied.
She goes, "What the what?" So I would just be mashing you all the time. Oh, smashing. She goes, "Don't be weird, Jules."
Samantha. You're supposed to be here actually right now, Sam. So this is what you get.
This is right. Yeah. Yeah. I can just imagine it and then like throw a beat to it. It's like oons, 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 oons. I can see
God.
her picking you up and just like people running by and just like shooting staples out. And you're like, go to the right, go to the left, like just talking. There's a delay on here, so seeing the delay, I can't even talk.
Oh gosh.
All right, we're done. No, seeing the delay on here is
Yeah.
just hilarious. She goes, "I'd be a paperclip, the ultimate but useful thing ever, and people can't get rid of me because they need me everywhere." Dang, you.
I always bend paper clips the wrong way.
Oh,
Yeah, I like play with them and and then they're just not useful anymore. So sorry,
sorry,
Sam.
Sam. You wouldn't be useful anymore. Apparently, she would bend you the wrong way. Oh no!
Gosh.
That's cool though. It'd be a paperclip. All right. See, so I have two different ones that I would be. One would be a. This sounds so bad now that I'm thinking about it. I don't want to say it.
I mean, it didn't sound great before. So.
I was gonna say a cheese grater. Watch. Now this is gonna happen to me because I've been doing it and like slice my fingers.
Yeah.
Like that would happen, and I would just be like, "That's what you get." If I was a cheese grater, like I'd be an asshole cheese grater, I guess.
So you'd cut people.
I mean, if they did that, they are cutting themselves on me, and I would just be like, "Ha." What is going on here?
I'm actually crying right now.
Sam goes, "Quitting this video because what? Quitting this video because like this chick, huh? Maybe I don't know, rephrase." And Sam says, "Make those hand motions again, Ricardo. What would they be doing with you as a grater?" I don't even remember what motions I did, but I can just imagine, and I don't want to do it again now. Oh, we've gone off the rails. The
Our
other
sessions are just gonna be canceled.
I know. Yeah, they're like, "Sorry, dude, but you're not going to be the keynote speaker after all." Fuzz over here says, "I'm not drunk enough." So the the other thing I was going to say was I'd be a coffee machine.
You'd be a what?
Coffee machine, like
Coffee
coffee
machine?
maker. Yeah,
Oh.
like a coffee maker, because I don't know, it just like the satisfaction. Like everyone loves coffee, so I'd be like, "Have a good day. Take your cup of coffee. Take your cup of coffee. Have a good day."
See, that's a nice one.
Versus the cheese grater. But yeah, a coffee machine. That's what I would be. I'd be a coffee maker. I think that'd be cool because everybody would
This
be
is
happy.
only question 1.
This is only question 1. Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
If you could be any animal or mythical creature, what would you be and why?
Any animal or mythical creature.
Yep.
I'd probably want to be a dinosaur.
Oh, okay. What dinosaur and why?
A stegosaurus, and I just think they're really cool.
Oh,
I have a little stegosaurus at my house. you know?
nice. I
Yeah,
thought you were going to say because
it's
you were
really
just
cool.
going to like spike people or something.
I mean, I could.
You're like, that's always an option.
Yeah.
Fuzz over here says, I'd be post-it notes because everyone needs them. And when you misplace them, you're screwed.
That's a good. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
That's a good one. I like it. Let's see. I think I would be a luck dragon.
A what dragon?
Luck, like from the Neverending Story. I'd be Falcor.
All right.
You've never seen the Neverending Story?
Mm-mm.
Wait, let me ask that a different way. You've never watched the Neverending Story?
No,
What?
no, I haven't.
Oh,
I feel like I have to now, though. I have to understand why you'd want to be that creature to really understand you.
that's right. Yeah. So that's Falcor right there.
He's got a weird nose.
You know, you're not wrong. You know. Okay. So
Anyway,
okay, yeah, you need to watch the Neverending Story.
okay.
And oh, wait a minute, hold on. Initiative 901 over here says horse more. Wait, what? Horse more so a Mustang? A Mustang, and for mythical, a dragon. Okay. Oh, Fuzz says she needs the trauma. Talking about you, because there's a scene in the Neverending Story
Mhm.
with a horse, and it's horrible. Yeah,
Is it sad?
it is super sad. So
I don't know. Am I gonna fight you after watching this movie?
for those of you who are watching right now, is she going to fight me after watching the movie? I
Fair
would
warning,
say
it
maybe.
doesn't take much for me to want to fight Ricardo. So
Damn, I didn't even know this. This is new. So when you came to pick me up at the hotel and couldn't find a parking spot, you probably wanted to fight me then. So there's I don't even know. I don't want to say it because it's going to give it away.
Oh,
But I
gosh.
also don't want you to be. Let's just say that when I had my daughters watch it, I forgot about the scene, and I hear that, and they're like bawling, and I look up, and it was the scene, and I started fast forwarding through it because I'll just tell you what happens.
maybe I'll fast forward through it.
Yeah, I'll just tell you what happens. So he's one of the characters. His name is Atreyu. His horse is named Artax, and they're going through this like muddy area,
Mhm.
and I forget what it's called, but basically like these sorrow and like depression and stuff, like the area makes you sad, and if it takes you over, if it consumes you, you start sinking into the mud that you're walking through.
Mhm.
And Atreyu's walking with Artax, and he starts yanking on him, and Artax isn't moving because he's slowly going down.
Wow.
Oh no!
That's really sad.
Oh,
I'll
that's not.
probably fast forward that.
It's not even the half of it. It
Oh
gets.
gosh.
Wait, Fuzz says, "Don't tell."
Why would I want to watch this movie?
The movie is really good. It's just that one piece where you're like, "How about this? I'll tell you this one piece.
Okay.
The horse does come back
All right.
and
I'll
ends
watch
up
it
being
then.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The
Alright,
horse
cool.
ends up, because I had to tell my daughters too because they were like destroyed, and I told them right away before we ended up getting to the part. I was like, "He comes back. He comes back. He ends up fine." Like, okay, okay. Like seriously is like traumatizing.
Well, I'm glad he comes back.
Yes, it is a dumpster fire of a scene. I'll just put it that way. It's pretty hardcore, but it is a good movie. It is a really good one. It is definitely an 80s movie when you start seeing it. Yeah, you'll notice. Okay, let's see. What's the silliest reason you've ever gotten in trouble or missed an appointment? I don't even know what I would say to that.
I know. I'm like, I don't know. Do you have an answer to that?
Silliest reason.
Oh, actually, I know. So I was always a goody two shoes growing up, and I never got in trouble for anything. But when I was in kindergarten, I got kicked off the school bus for sitting in the aisle because the fifth graders told me to. And I like cried so hard for so long that when I graduated high school, my dad wrote me a little note that was like, don't start your school career the way that you don't end your school the way you started it by getting kicked off the school bus. Like 12 years later, he's still like picking on me for how hard I cried for that. And they're literally like, just don't do that again. But I was just like bawling. That's probably the only time I ever got in trouble in school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I got in trouble a few times. That's pretty funny though. That's a silly one for sure. Let's see. For me, I guess I would say one of the silliest reasons was because, and I've told the story before, and I believe you know it as well, but I pretended to be my dad on the phone when a teacher called. Yeah. It didn't end well.
You didn't have the depth of your voice.
Well, no. Have I told you the story?
I feel like I've heard it, but I don't
think
remember
I told
all
you
the details.
Well, so for those who may or may not have heard the story, so it was I'm pretty sure it was my senior year, and I was at this government class, and the same teacher that I had, or the teacher that I had, was the same teacher that my dad had when he was in school, and it was government class. I did not enjoy the class. I was acing everything. I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing, but I started skipping class. The look on your face, the eyebrows went up. So I was starting to skip class, and you can only get once you get 10 absences, you fail. Like that's it. Like you're done. And I was pretty close. So I got home from school, phone rings, pick it up, and it's my teacher. And immediately I go into damage control. And he's like, "Is this Richard?" And because my dad's Ricardo, but everyone knew him as Richard, or knows him as Richard rather. And I said, yes, this is. Who is this? And he's like, this is Mr. Joe Burns. This is Rich's teacher. And I said, oh, Mr. Joe Burns. Yeah, I remember you. And he goes, yeah, I remember you. And I said, what's going on? And he goes, well, I just wanted to call just to talk to you because Rich he does well in school, but he's been skipping class, and if he misses a couple more, he's going to fail the class. So I just wanted to let you guys know, that I've been paying attention and everything. And I said, oh, you just wait. When he gets back, he's going to hear it from me. And he goes, well, gotta take it easy on him and stuff. And I was like, no, he's gonna hear it. Don't worry about it. I will take care of it. And he's like, okay. He goes, well, it was great talking to you, and hopefully we can get everything figured out. And I hung up the phone. I was like, I just did that. I'm like, hell yeah, because my dad and I kind of sound like each other on the phone. So I was like, all right. Time passes. Okay, time passes, and Mark the cop, what up, yo? Time passes, and it's parent-teacher conference time. And my parents, hello, they always went with us. It didn't matter that it was my senior year in high school. They were still going to go. One of them. My mom was the one who always went. For whatever reason, last minute, my dad is the one who goes. I'm kind of freaking out a little bit because Again, my dad is the Mexican version of Red from that 70s show. I don't want him to put his foot in my ass for whatever reason. So we go through all the teachers. Everything is good to go. We've got great reports until the last teacher, which was Mr. Joe Spurns. And I didn't even think about it. And we sit down, say hello, and then he goes, Richard, it was really nice talking to you a few weeks ago. And it was that moment. It was that moment. Like pucker factor. I could whistle out of that. Like that's how bad it was. And I'm sitting there sweating, and I can, to my left is my dad, and I'm just staring forward, but I can feel him burning and looking right into my soul. And I slowly turn around, and the look on his face is just of death. And he goes, so Mr. Joe Spurns and I talked, a few weeks ago? And I just kind of looked at him and looked at my teacher, and I said, I'm really sorry. I said, it was actually me who you talked to. And he goes, oh, well, thank you for telling me. And in my head, I'm like, there's no way I could get out of it. And I turned and look at my dad, and he goes, get the hell out right now and wait in the hallway for me. I'm like, okay. I go out into the hallway, and some of my friends are right there, and they walk up. They're like, hey, man, what's going on? I was like, you don't want to come over here. And they're like, what? My dad walks out, and he goes, get your ass over here right now. And they're like, oh, deuces, dude. Like, see you later. I was like, oh, my God. We go and get in the car, and he goes, what the hell were you thinking? And I was like, I took a shot.
Hey, honest.
I said, I'm sorry. I said, I took a shot. And he's like, yeah, well, you're losing everything. And I'm like, what does that mean? So at the time, and I had this car already from like sophomore year, freshman going on up. My car was a 1983 jet black Z28 Camaro. Loved that car. And I lost it for 2 months. It was bad because I had to ride the bus, and I played the alto saxophone. So my ass is getting on there with my saxophone and everything. And what made it worse, especially the first day, was that I go to sit on the bus, and my younger siblings are right in the area of where I'm sitting. And one of their friends goes, hey, I thought your brother drove that cool car. And I was like, oh,
Damn.
I know. I was like, geez. Yeah. So, yeah, I would say that was one of my silliest reasons for getting in trouble.
You almost got away with it, though.
I did almost get away with it. Yeah. Now my parents caught me skipping school as well once. It's funny, though, that years later, I end up working in public safety. So, oh, yeah, I talked to my dad about that as an adult. And I said, so what did you think after that happened? He's like, I went downstairs to talk to your mom, and I was just laughing it off. He's like, because I couldn't believe that you tried that. And I just said to your mom, I was like, he took a shot. Like, he almost got away with it.
He took a shot.
Yeah. So I've told that story to my kids, and my daughters are just looking at me, and they're like, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that. And I was like, I'm telling you these stories. They're funny, but I don't want you to do them. And they're like, yeah, no. They're like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, yes, keep thinking that. Like, learn from my mistakes, okay? But I mean, even with my daughters, and especially my youngest daughter, she's basically the female version of me. And when I'm trying to discipline her, like I can see myself in her face, or she'll like try to crack a smile, and I'm like, that's all me. And I'll go, no, you know what? Just wait right here. And then I run upstairs and I start laughing. Run upstairs and laugh really quick, and then come downstairs and finish disciplining.
Does she know that's what you're doing when you go upstairs?
I'm pretty sure.
She's figured it out.
Oh yeah,
She can hear your cackle from downstairs.
For sure. Yeah, Olivia has. There have been a couple times where I'm standing there and I like kind of crack a smile, because she'll say something that's so off the wall that I want to laugh, and she'll notice. So she like will like her kind of crack a smile, like, no, like, this is not funny. And I'm trying not to laugh. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, it's kind of funny, but no, don't do that. What am I supposed to do, man? Like, yeah, got to do what you got to do. So, what is the funniest thing that's ever happened to you during a vacation or work day?
There's such a wide variety of things.
I know. Yeah, I don't know.
Vacation or work day.
Yeah.
I feel like work day is dangerous being dispatch,
It's true. Yes.
But
the funniest.
the funniest.
Yeah. Either
I
work
know.
day or on vacation.
Well, I'm a dispatcher, so we don't really get vacation.
That's true. This is true. Which kind of sucks. So that's not really funny, but
No. I would say so. The center that I was at most recently that I just left, they used to have these horrible chairs when we first started that were like basically like 70s office chairs that barely worked or anything. And
I like that they were 70s.
they're old. I used to make jokes to some of the dispatchers. I'd be like, imagine how many people have farted in this. And they'd be like, you're disgusting. And I'm like,
But you're not wrong.
The chair's older than I am. Like,
for real.
It used to be officers dispatching in that room. Like,
there's a lot of stale steam on that.
Anyway, these chairs, I don't know what it was about how I sat in them, but for 3 days straight, anytime I like sat down to go and dispatch or like go do something important, I'd only hit the edge of the chair and it would literally like flip and I would fall on the ground for like 3 days straight.
What?
It happened. And my coworkers are like, just sit in the chair, Juliet. And I'm like, I'm trying. Like, I can't, apparently.
It's like the chair doesn't want me to sit in it.
Yeah.
I think out of all the dispatch centers I've been to, they're all the same in the sense that they have a chair graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Like people don't want to get rid of them. It was
No.
the same way at my center as well, where we had like 10 different chairs, and one of them that was the most favorite of all of them, especially one specific supervisor, the armrests were like you could see where people had like pulled chunks out of it, from stress. And it was like permanently like this, and like this is the bottom, but it was always like this, like you couldn't make it come up anymore. Like that's how screwed up that chair was, but everyone sat in it because it was the most comfortable. It's like that meme that's been around for a while now where it's like posture, like I want to have good posture or something like that, and then it says also me, and it shows them like completely sprawled out, and that's how that chair was. I don't get it.
Not me now, like posture, like in my head, like how is my posture while you're talking?
You're like,
I know.
Yeah, the chairs, man. I don't know what it is. For me in dispatch, well, I'm not going to share this one story. Everybody knows that by now, but one of the other ones that I've had before, a couple of them actually. One of the supervisors and trainers, it was mostly around Halloween time.
Mm-hmm.
You would go, get your coffee or whatever, and the container of the creamer, I remember I opened it up, and when I went to pour it, I looked, I was like, what the hell is that? It was a gag one. So it didn't have anything in it. It had a rubber tarantula inside it. So all you could see were like fangs. And it was black and furry and stuff. And I was like, what the hell?
I would have screamed and ran away.
It was pretty gnarly. I found out who did it. I was like, did you do this? Like, how did you know it was me? I was like, because you're the only asshole who would do this.
Actually, I have a big fear of spiders.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So when I was
like any type of spider.
Yeah. When I was like 6 or 7, My neighbor across the street had a pet tarantula, and it got out while we were asleep, and I woke up with it on me. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would
Yeah.
traumatize me for the rest of my life.
Yeah. It used to be like at a borderline hyperventilate in the same space as spiders, but now sometimes I can kill them. Sometimes I call my neighbor and I'm like, hey.
So it was basically like the scene from Home Alone
Mhm.
when the spiders like ends up on his face and stuff.
Pretty much, yeah.
Dude, okay. Since you shared a spider story, I'm going to share a spider story with you as well. So when I was
Right.
dispatching in Florida, this wasn't at dispatch, but this was at my home. The spiders there, like the wolf spiders, they were freaking enormous. They're huge, and TMI. Why am I even saying TMI? I've said so much stuff on this live that it doesn't even matter. So I'm on the can.
Okay.
And like I was already, at the end. And
All right.
and I hear like something like moving, and I sat up. I was like, what the hell? And I looked down, and so like the tub was right next to the toilet, and it was just sitting there on the tub, and it's going and I thought, did that just made you all like cringy?
Yeah.
And so I end up getting up and everything again. I was ready.
I had
I
to
get
burn the
up.
house down.
I know. I get up and I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, what do? I'll go over there and just destroy it, or do I just wait to see if it like takes off? And then I thought, I've got an idea. Light bulb moment.
Oh God.
So I go to get my calico cat. my wife's cat, that is. The calico cat. We named it Lico. And I go and get the cat because that cat was vicious, man. And I go and get it, and I go stand in the doorway of the bathroom. This is like over 20 years ago. I go stand there, and I'm holding on to Lico, and Lico sees it, and it's like tails all going. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna see what happens. And I just like kind of drop Lico, and Lico runs, jumps in the air at it, and it jumps out of the way. And Lico lands in the tub, freaks out. And I mean, there wasn't any water in it or anything, but it freaked out because it landed in there and then took off. And then the spider like turns around slowly and like, it's looking at me. So then it starts crawling on the wall, and it's like coming towards like where I'm at. So I go, this is so stupid saying it out loud now. I go. That was my goal, is to make you snort live. So
Thanks.
So how if you get like tube socks and you flip them inside out, and you're holding at the end, and you go like this, like it ends up having like a ball at the end, and you can like, okay, that's what I did. So I'm standing in the doorway because I can see the spiders like right here, but my dumbass has the sock, and I'm going like trying to hit it.
Is it gonna fall on you?
Well, I did it a few times, and I thought maybe I smashed it or something. When I looked, it was gone. I saw it crawling into a vent. And I don't even know how, as big as it was, I don't even know how it crawled into that vent, but it crawled into the vent, and I didn't see it again. And when I walked out, my cat's just looking at me. I was like, you traitor. Like, you didn't even continue the battle. You're not my ride or die. So get this. A week or so later, I'm the only one at home, and I went to put some stuff in my brother's room because he was living with us at the time. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to watch The Simpsons on his TV. And so I was sitting in there, and I was just eating like popcorn or something, and I'm watching The Simpsons, and I feel like I'm sitting with like my hands just down because his mattress was on the floor. So I'm sitting there, and my hand is just like this, and I'm leaning back, and I felt something brush my hand, and I pulled my hand, and that spider was there. And
it's been waiting for you,
dude. It rubbed my hand. I'm sitting there, and I, without thinking, I smashed it
with your bare hand.
With my bare hand, and it just went.
That's savage.
Well, it happened so fast I didn't realize until I'm looking at my hand and I look down and afterwards I thought, well, the way it was just kind of chilling there, maybe it was just like, hey, salutation.
Yeah. Maybe you just wanted to watch The Simpsons with
Charlotte just wanted to watch The Simpsons with me and it completely destroyed it. And then my brother gets home. I cleaned it up. Well, I thought I cleaned it up well enough. But he gets home. He's like, what the hell happened to my bed?
you. Dude, you have no idea.
Yeah. I was like, I battled a spider, an enormous spider. I didn't have to call 911 for it, but geez. Yeah, it was something. Oh my Lord. Okay, let's see.
Oh God, there's more questions.
Yes, last question. And then we'll wrap this up because we've tested this enough.
Yeah, I think it works.
Yes, it works. And also because the reception is going to start at 5.
Mhm.
So here's the last question. What's the weirdest gift or dream you've ever received or had? What?
All right.
Yeah, you can choose whichever one.
I don't know.
That's a good answer as well.
I know. I guess it's not. It is weird. It's actually kind of creepy and weird.
Oh,
gift,
okay.
Gift. So I was dating this guy and I broke up with him and he took a thermos. We'd only been dating like 3 months.
Mhm.
And he took a thermos and filled it with little love letters.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And then like put like a weird like bow on it that it smelled like he like dipped it in his cologne to make it like smell like him. But in some of the notes, like one of them was like, my trunk is cold without you in it. And that was the weirdest. I made a police report, but yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
It's like, my
that's
trunk is cold without you in it. I was like,
tonight on Dateline.
I know. But he like knew I was a dispatcher and
Yeah.
everything. And he was actually a firefighter. I obviously won't say where.
Well,
yeah.
Of course. Yeah. No, that's
Yeah, no.
wow.
I had
That's
to make a police
interesting.
report because he wrote that
I
I
thought
should go in his trunk. It's weird.
so I was thinking you were gonna say like it was weird but like sweet. No, there's no
No.
sweetness
No,
there.
it was just weird and creepy.
That's odd.
Yeah.
I don't think I can top that at all
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Pro tip, guys, don't do that.
I know. Yeah. Why? Yeah. Don't be weird.
Don't be weird.
I mean, if you are weird, that's okay. Everyone is okay
As long as
however
it's
they are.
Consensual weirdness.
But yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Yes.
Consensual weirdness.
But that
Not
Sam over here says, nah. That's a pickup line for real. My trunk is cold without you in it.
I guess technically, if I'm being put in a trunk, I am being picked up.
It's what's funny is while you were saying that in my head, I was trying to think of like how could you spin it for it to sound like nice or like aw.
No. Samantha, my trunk is cold without you in it. Let me preface that, guys, but that's my best friend. It's not weird.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's her best
Yeah.
friend. I can't wait to see what she responds with over here, though, in the comments. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It was weird.
It's like, I don't even know.
I've left Ricardo speechless.
I know. Oh, geez. My mom watches open mic a lot. So what'll be funny is if she's been watching, she's going to send me a text message to be like, take care of your friend. Like, make sure nothing, like you, like, make sure nothing happens to her.
Your mom's such a sweet lady.
Yeah, she's She's so much fun. Sam says, drafting my police report now. Oh, jeez. Wow. You know, I feel like, I don't know if they still have these stores or not, but Spencer's. It was called Spencer's. They were in the mall and they always had like
there's
different.
one at the mall near my house.
Oh, okay, cool. So they're still
Yeah.
around. They would have like different gag gifts and stuff like that. I feel like it
Yeah.
would be that would be something. It would be like creepy pickup lines or something.
We could make a creepy pickup lines book.
Yeah.
Great ideas.
I know. Sam also says, I just met you yesterday. What do you mean?
Samantha, don't do this to me.
Right. Live, no less. How dare you? Let's see. So I don't think I've ever gotten like a weirdest gift or anything like that. I did have something happen to me. It's not really weird, but it was kind of sad a little bit. When I was in dispatch, my supervisor, it was my birthday and I was working my birthday and she's like, I brought you a cake. I made you a cake. And I was like, oh, dude, that is awesome. I was like, that is so sweet. And she goes, yes, it was like double chocolate or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm lactose intolerant. And she's like, oh, I still ate a piece. I still ate a piece, but yeah, that was one of those. There was something that my parents did growing up, like my family and stuff. So we had built the back, like we added a piece to the house that I grew up in.
Mhm.
And before they had turned it into like the dining room and then two separate rooms, they had it open. And it was during I think it was Christmas time or New Year's, maybe New Year's or something. Either way, they did a white elephant type gift exchange, but it was all gag gifts. And I remember as a kid sitting there watching like my uncles open up gifts. They were like bras and pads. It was the most hilarious thing. Of course, I didn't really know. I mean, I knew what a bra was, right? But
Yeah.
like pads and other things like that. But I remember seeing this, and I remember as a kid asking my mom. I had to have been like 6 or something, and I was like, "What is that?" And she goes, "It's stuff for women. Okay, they're women things." And I was like, "Okay." But I remember my uncles and everyone, like just all of them just tripping out but like laughing and showing them, and it was the funniest shit. So as for weird gifts, that that was the one for them. But you know what, yours takes the cake, man. Like there's no way that can be topped. And you know what, I'm actually going to ask you one last one.
Okay.
This is an easy one. If you could eat one food or dish daily for the rest of your life, what would it be?
French fries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Homemade or from a specific place?
It doesn't matter. Really,
You
potatoes.
don't discriminate, huh?
Potatoes in general, I don't discriminate.
I'm the same way. I
Mhm.
dig me some fries. I love me some fries.
Mhm.
Good answer. Good answer.
What about you?
Dude, I love me some pho. Like I could eat pho all the time. I would probably be dying though because it's daily. So daily. And I did do that for there was a few weeks that I was eating pho almost daily because I was doing this detox. But with pho, like it had everything that I could actually eat. But I started getting heartburn a lot because of the chili paste. But I was going there enough that I would walk in and they would go, Ricardo, how's it going? The same that you always get. And I went with my brother once and he goes, dude, are you for real right now? Like they actually know you and they know your order and everything. And I would look at him and then look at the person. I go, yes, you were correct. And they'd go, matcha bubble tea, no boba. I'm like, actually add boba this time. They're like, oh, you tried something new, huh? So pho.
All right. Fair.
Yep. I would go with pho or popcorn because I
popcorn.
love me some popcorn, man.
Popcorn's good.
Dude, I've flown into O'Hare Airport in Chicago once, and it sucked because there was a kiosk where they had all of their, it's like the cheese caramel mix that they have out there. I wasted too much money there. and I bought a lot. But yeah, popcorn, pho or popcorn. That would probably be mine. Yep, I would go with that.
Good choices.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts as we go into the wrap up of this random open mic during the day?
Thank you guys for listening to our chaos.
Yeah, thank you for indulging
Yeah.
us for.
What is wild is that this is like normal conversations between Ricardo and I.
Yeah.
Like, so
This is true. We were just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
We actually went for an hour.
Holy shit.
We were only going to be. I was thinking it was going to be only like 30 minutes at the most, and it's over an hour now.
I didn't even know until I put the headphones on that it was actually live. He was just like, "Hey, you want to do some testing?" Like, sure. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, I'll help.
And here we are. So thank
we
you
are.
everyone for joining us. If you have any comments, questions, or we pissed you off, you can send an email to wttpodcast@gmail.com, or to make it easy, you can simply go to, it's not on there, but you can go to links. You can go to links.co/WTT podcast, and that's links with 2 i's.co/WTT podcast. You'll find everything on there. This live broadcast has been sponsored by InDigital, and I apologize, InDigital. A leader in next gen core services who's also here as well. And I don't even know where I was going. Oh, and shout out to subscribers of the podcast. We're going to have an awesome week this week, and I'm so happy to be here with you and everybody else, and this is going to be a lot of fun. So look out for some content that'll be coming up, and then this can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X, as well as Instagram. And to listen to the flagship show podcast, you can listen 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Thank you all very much. And really quick, Sam says, I can't get this hour back. Neither can we. She says, love you both. Have a great conference and enjoy, peeps. That's right.
Love you too, my favorite Samantha.
Love you. And we will see you all later.
Yes.